Welcome everyone. So today we'll be continuing with our series on model binding in ASP.NET Core 3.1, and I'll be talking about a couple of properties which are essential: bind property and bind properties attribute. So what I want to discuss today is I will discuss the ASP.NET Core source code integration to discuss model binding attributes, like I have last time told about how to integrate some of the source code from the Microsoft source code repository for samples in ASP.NET Core 3.1, and I'll be further continuing on that course before discussing the attributes. All right, and bind property and bind properties attribute. So bind property attribute can be applied to a public property of a controller or page model class to cause model binding to target that property. Now, this is an edit model class which is derived from the instructor's page model. Okay, so page model class we have um, encountered in the razor pages. So here the bind property attribute on the instructor property, which is of the type instructor or instructor class. Now this wherever this public property is used, wherever this property instructor is used, this is all these elements of this instructor class will be bound. Okay, so it is individually binding just one property. It could be any other public property. All right. And then bind properties is available for ASP.NET Core 2.1 and later versions, and it can be applied to a controller or page model class to tell model binding to target all public properties of the class. Previously, we have seen the bind property supports only one property on which it is decorating, but here it is at the class level. This bind properties is applied at the class level, and if it is decorated with supports get equals true, then it supports the get method also, HTTP get requests. Okay, and otherwise it doesn't. And this is at the moment it is showing just only one public property in that class, but if there are multiple public properties, this bind properties attributes supports model binding, which we'll see in a moment what um, this bind property does by actually going into the code. So let's switch over to Visual Studio now. Now I have come back to the Visual Studio solution, which I have actually explained a couple of lectures ago, and I have talked about the um, pet.cs class, and I've shown with a uh, pets controller by browsing to a particular URL how the model binding works. Okay, so I have now from the Microsoft source code built further with this instructors folder within the pages folder, and I have added some create.cshtml, which is a razor page, and this is a code behind file, and then edit.cshtml. So again, going back to the um, original Microsoft documentation, how did I integrate? So let's see quickly, refresh our memory. So this is the model binding uh, example that I am following, documentation I am following. So here again, going back to the code, which is at the top, view or download sample code. So I have actually gone to the code, and I have actually navigated my way to the relevant folder, so which is 3.x slash model binding sample slash pages slash instructors, and I see quite a few CSHTML razor files and raise code behind file for those razor files. And I have actually copied the create.cshtml, create.cshtml.cs, and edit.cshtml and edit.cshtml.cs, as well as instructor page model .cshtml.cs. So if you go back to the Visual Studio Code, you see what I mean. This is under the instructors folder, create.cshtml and the code behind file, edit.cshtml and the code behind file, and the instructors page model class is also there. Now going back to the one of the open files, edit.cshtml. This is the code behind file for the edit model class, which is derived from the instructors page model class. Now here this bind property is there. What it does, it actually binds. It's an attribute that can specify a model name or type of Microsoft.ASP.NET Core.MVC.model binding.iModel binder to use for binding the associated property. Now the significance of this bind property will be clear if I just comment it out, this property, and this run this application and browse to a URL to show what it does. So I'm running the application. So just application is loading. Now I have browsed to this URL instructor localhost :port /instructors/edit query string id equals 1. So if I click on enter, then I am actually presented with a form. Okay, last name, first name, hired it with something filled, and this is coming from the in-memory store database. So if I change this, or if I click on save, let's see what happens. See, here it stumbles at this point and it says that if you just browse over it, it says that this is the system dot null reference exception, and if you continue, it will give you the message in a expanded manner: system dot null reference exception, object reference not set to an instance of object. And this is happening because this instructor object is now not bound. Okay, so you cannot take the instructor dot first mid name or any of the other properties of that class, instructor class. Okay, so now if you just stop this application and go back to your application and uncheck the bind attribute, bind property attribute, if you just uncomment this and run this application again, now this time if you browse again, you will be presented with this form, but when you click save, nothing will happen. There is no runtime error. Okay, there is no runtime error like null reference exception that we saw earlier. Now if you go back to this class create.cshtml.cs class, this has only got a action result, action method of on post type. However, it has got a bind properties attribute, an attribute that enables binding for all properties that the decorated controller or razor page model class, razor page model defines. And I have put another decorator, supports get equals true. So when this is true, this allows property to be bound on get request, otherwise not. Okay. So again, to see this in action, we will comment this out similarly, and I'll run the application. Now I have the application is running and I have browsed to instructors/create/. Okay, so let's put some arbitrary form values and hire date, say whatever 16/9/2020. This is arbitrary value. We are not supposed to go to a time in future anyway. So 17/8 and a KLD note from query string testing whatever, and if you click create, okay, so nothing happens, and that's because I have actually uncommented these lines where it was going to fail. So let me do it again. I will just uncomment this. I forgot it in the first instance to show it like that. Okay, so let's stop this application and let's uncomment this part of the code. Okay, now I have uncommented, and let me run the application once again. Now I have got this create page with me again, and if I fill the form uh, suitably, and click on create, so it comes up with that same error, null reference exception. So that is, if you expand, you can see it already there, exception thrown, object reference not set to an instance of object. So model binding validation dot pages dot instructors dot create model dot instructor dot get return null. All right, now again, if I wish to test this with the thoroughness of this um, bind properties, the efficacy, so then I will just uncomment this, run this application once again, browse to the create form field again and fill those again with whatever is available quickly. Uh, the same just for testing, and if I click create, it vanishes, but there is no runtime error. Okay, there is no reference, I mean null reference exception error. And when you click the create, it is actually not creating because that is not functional. The create part are saved to the database. It is in memory store. This is just for demoing. Okay, so that's all. And in this lecture, we have seen the bind property and bind properties attributes in action in model binding, and we have seen how did we integrate the code for testing the attributes from the Microsoft GitHub repository. Okay.